So, you guys know how, well, you guys get like fan gifts with your face on them or things like that. A lot of times, they're things that we're probably not going to put on the wall, like, because I just don't have any more wall space for pictures of myself. But in photo ops just now, I actually got kind of a nice like gift that is actually useful. Let me show you. Oh, okay, that's not where it is. Shit.
They give you your own phone?
No, it's like really nice jewelry. That is, do you guys see that? Is that? Okay. Do you know what that is?
I mean, I hope I'm not gonna, there's a world in which I could guess. And I could be, I don't know. Or you have, yeah. Well,
So, thank you.
yeah. For that. That's one thing I'll never ask to borrow.
No.
That was, yeah, so congratulations. You've arrived.
And we were going through the photo line, and everybody, all the volunteers were like, she pulled it out, I guess. And everyone was like,
yeah.
oh yeah,
Okay, I have to go. I got picked for a question.
I was like, what? She was like, do you want to hold it? I was like, no.
On the right screen.
But anyway, whoever gave that to me, thank you so much.
I've never seen the band leave stage so fast.
They're running to hand sanitize. They're like, I shook his hand earlier.
They're bringing out their eyes. Thanks, Mace, for that. That's great.
Yep, I just wanted to start this off on the right foot. This actually kind of reminds me of a story that makes me realize that I don't quite fit in. When I first got on Supernatural, it was season 5. Season 4, I noticed that Jared and Jensen and the producers got the crew gifts at Christmas. And it was like a nice winter jacket with Supernatural written on it. I was like, well, that's very sweet. I should also do that. So the next year I did that as well. And I had Supernatural, like tighty-whitey underwear made for the entire crew. And on the back of the underwear are Jared and Jensen's faces looking at one another. And it says, Supernatural, we got your back. Just classy is what that is. That's very sweet of you to say. Are you available? So, are you guys going to be voting? Have you voted? That was a rousing cheer. Thank you for that. Voting for Gishwas. That's probably not on the ballot, but. Oh, somebody just sent me a text of a photo. It's totally awesome. I can't show it to you because it's tiny. It's on my phone. But it's at a stadium, and it's the Jumbotron of the stadium, and somebody managed to get the photo that I posted of me like, going like this and saying, I want you to vote. On that Oh, pretty famous for a second. Okay, let's talk about something else. Do you have a question?
Yeah, hi Misha.
Hi.
My name's Tasha.
Hi, Tasha.
It's my first convention here and I'm really excited to...
It's your first convention?
Yeah.
How's it going so far?
It's really nerve-wracking. I'm like,
It's frightening?
nervous.
Wait, what's frightening about it?
What do you mean? Talking to you in real life. I can't believe it.
scared. I was like, oh great, I'll make it even more uncomfortable. It's like blood in the water, and I was just like, so sorry about that. That what I'm doing is not helping. All right, we're gonna get through this. Hopefully without being eaten by somebody. All right, did you want to talk on something? You're talking there.
I am currently engaged to my fiance who's in the audience.
That's actually, you're one of the best people to get engaged to.
He brought me here to see you because he knew I love you so much.
That's very sharing.
I was marriage done, so I was hoping you could give us some advice.
I wouldn't do it, frankly, I wouldn't do it. I think it's a good sign that at this stage of your, where is this?
Zachary! He's very tall. Zachary, stand up. You're very tall.
Oh, hi, Zach. Well, I think you're starting off on the right foot. The fact that he is, willing to share you is nice. What kind of advice are you looking for?
Some marriage advice, really. Like, how do you
Jesus.
know? You've got a family, you've got a wife. How do you balance everything? You got a good life.
How do you know that? It's like medical waste. Save that for later. Vicky's mother once gave me some marital advice. She said, say something nice to each other every day. And I was like, every day? I'll tell you one bit of earnest perspective on marriage that I have, which is that you are, before we got married, Vicky and I were together for 10 years, and during that time, we weren't, it's a very long story. I'm trying to see if there's any payoff. The story is actually 10 years long, so we just don't have time for that. Okay, I won't tell that story. I'm going to tell a different story. I'm going to tell our engagement story, which I've told before, but I'll tell it again. Vicky and I were coming up on our 10-year anniversary, and I knew that I wanted to get married because I felt like by making that decision to get married, we were basically saying to each other, we're going to work through the hard times. Like, to me, getting married said, I'm going to work at this for the long term and stop having kind of one foot out the door, which I think we had sort of been doing up until that point. We've been like, yeah, I mean, we're together, but who knows where this is going kind of thing. And so it was like this transition moment. So I was working on a movie in Maine, and I messed around with a girl that made Vicky very mad. And we were coming right up on our anniversary and felt like, I don't really know what she's going to say if I ask her to marry me. But I made her a wedding ring. I found a little jewelry making shop on the island where one of the 3 jewelers there had recently died and his bench was open, and the other 2 jewelers let me come in my downtime on the movie, and I, made a wax cast and then cast the gold and then set the stone. And I made this little cherry wood box, and then Vicky came out for our 10-year anniversary, and I took her out for a picnic on the point. And we, at that point, I was very nervous because I really didn't know what she was going to say. And I got down on bended knee, and I presented her the handmade box with the handmade ring in it. And I said, you know, we've been together for 10 years. And she was cut me off. She said, no, we haven't. We've been together for 9 years. I was like, no, it's 10. No, it's 9. And I was like, no, and we got into an argument in the middle of the proposal. And then I said, will you marry me? And she said, oh. And I said, oh? That's not what I'm looking for here. And she said, I guess so. And then we went back to I actually had to go back and shoot a little bit more that day. And then I came back to the inn that we were staying in, crawled into bed, and she was sort of squirming excitedly under the covers. And she slipped a ring on my finger. And I was like, that's so sweet. She went out and she got a ring today. But really what had happened is the night before, after I fell asleep, she had sized my finger and then called back to the jewelry making studio in Santa Monica, California, where she had been making me a ring. And had them size it to my finger and then FedEx it to Maine. And I had beaten her to the proposal by a few hours. And she had put one hole in the ring for each of the 9 years we had been together. And so she was freaking out like, fuck, I put 9 holes, it's supposed to be 10. The middle one counts as a hole. We got to that conclusion too, so it was fine. Anyway, that was our engagement story. 2 people got engaged in my photo ops just now. Those 2 people, right there. It was a very sweet moment, and you seemed genuinely surprised by his proposal. And you also had your giant Castiel wings fully extended, so it was hard to hug each other after. He went down on bended knee, and I think you probably forgot that you had the giant wings on, and you were like, oh, like this. And I think you have overall about a 15-foot wingspan, and there was about 5 people that were like, whoa!